Hello. Thank you for taking time to review my presentation for MCOM 5314, Strategic Communication in a Global Environment. Today I am going to be talking about Whole Planet Foundation and their expansion to Spain. First, a little about me. My name is Erin Warren. I recently moved to Dallas from my hometown of Lubbock. I currently work in corporate social responsibility at Vox Global, where I get to design and execute CSR programs for several of our clients, including AT&T. During my undergrad, I studied abroad in Spain and fell in love with the country. I picked this project because I love working in corporate social responsibility and making a difference in the world. I have admired Whole Foods for a long time for their programs that lead the world in sustainability and giving back. My dad is actually a grass-fed beef producer for Whole Foods here in the southwest region of the United States, and he's always spoken very highly of the relationship that Whole Foods maintains with their producers. We all know Whole Foods as the global leader in natural food store chains. They have 431 locations around the world in countries including the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom. Whole Foods' mission is that they are devoted to sustainable agriculture, which really sets them apart and guides their CSR programs. We all know Whole Foods as the natural foods giant retailer, but since their beginning in 1980, Whole Foods has been a model for building a brand community. They maintain the strictest standards for sustainability, natural foods, and environmental impact in the industry. Whole Foods has a ton of CSR and outreach programs. They really do a great job at the local level and globally, which is one of the things that makes them unique. I encourage you to spend a few minutes browsing their website if you're interested because their programs really are the best in the world. In 2005, Whole Foods created Whole Planet as the next step in their mission to source sustainable products. Whole Planet provides loans to Whole Foods producers to help grow their operations. The producers have a guaranteed market for their product, and Whole Foods can regulate production standards. The largest factors in Whole Planet right now is the microloan program that funds mainly women in third world countries. I propose a large-scale expansion of the program to fund larger producers in Europe. As the first country, I would like to see the program expand to Spain. While Spain is well developed, their economy has been down recently, which makes Spain an ideal country to fund food and beverage producers. The strengths of inviting Spanish producers to the local loan program primarily lie in the fact that Spanish agricultural producers are mainly produce specialty products like wine, olive oil, specialty meats, and cheeses, which Whole Foods has a prime market for. The weaknesses of the program are that European products are generally known for standing the test of time, being classic staples, but not necessarily for being cutting edge or different. It will be hard to position these products as being new or innovative because they really aren't. There's a big opportunity for Whole Foods here because most Spanish agricultural producers have smaller operations and still do things the traditional way, which will more closely align with Whole Foods' standards for sustainability than a lot of large-scale operations in the United States and Western countries. These large-scale operations are often more difficult to convert to meet Whole Foods sustainability standards, where in Spain, Whole Foods will find a market that primarily already sticks to their standards. The threats to expanding the local producer loan program to Spain are that the specialty food and beverage products often have a much higher profit, so Spanish agriculture producers are not as economically disadvantaged as many of the producers Whole Foods funds currently. Now, the Whole Planet program also funds large operations in the U.S. and Canada, but they don't publicize those like the microloan program. The microloan program really makes the biggest difference in their CSR initiatives. This threat will be fairly easy to eliminate and to deal with in promotion, but it is still a threat. and something that we need to be aware of. As you can see here, Spain is fairly mid-range in all of the cultural dimensions, with the exception of one, uncertainty avoidance. The Spanish people avoid stress and high risk to a very large degree. As you can see, their number highlighted in red on the screen is 86. The local producer loan program is actually a perfect solution to that cultural dimension because it's a very low risk loan. The producers will sell the product back to Whole Foods, who is the lender, which gives Whole Foods a very vested interest in the success of the farmer's operation. Whole Foods has teams of experts around the globe that will work with producers to increase their yields and take better care of their land. The second highest score here is power distance. Spain is a very hierarchical society. I consider this in my marketing tactics and implementation, which we'll get to here in a minute. The really cool thing about this project is that it's a double-edged sword in a good way. We have to market to both the producer and the consumer, which makes you have to consider a lot of different factors. Using the advertising appeals, I was actually really surprised to find that these two different markets had very similar results when trying to reach both audiences. They both are interested in safety and security. For different reasons, though. The producers wanted safety and security for their operations and for their livelihood, and the consumers wanted safety and security in knowing where their food source came from. Both audiences were interested in the affiliation that Whole Foods gave to them, producers in working with such a large brand, and the consumers in the fact that they knew that they were supporting the local producers. Kind of the same sense of community that Whole Foods fosters, and obviously the healthy lifestyle and just overall health of the environment, health of the person, and just overall good feelings that being a part of Whole Foods brings. I have focused my marketing tactics mainly on reaching the local producers for the loan program. As I said earlier, Spain is a hierarchical society, so they place a lot of value in the opinions of community leaders. The key to success will be identifying these agricultural leaders and positioning them as brand ambassadors for the local producer loan program. Because the Spanish culture has a high uncertainty avoidance and is fairly collectivist, they will respond well to other producers who are similar to them through video testimonials. We will use a traditional marketing campaign to highlight the video testimonials and a couple other print ads, which will enhance the grassroots effort from the brand ambassadors. The marketing campaign will only be to enhance the grassroots campaign, not necessarily to be the primary push or focus of this campaign. I also outlined an in-store promotion for shoppers to identify their favorite Spanish products on social media and get free reusable shopping bags that says something about supporting Spanish food. This campaign will run for 1 year with the focus on building the local producer loan program. Then Whole Foods will build their marketing campaign for more in-store promotions. Thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed this project. Please email me if you have any questions. Have a great summer.